In this video I will share some behind the scenes information about how the game I'm currently making, Schwarzwald it's called, it comes into existence. Here is a show of the very first prototype that I made, very early, basically just testing some basic layout. By the way, this layout is still the one that is in the game at this time. Then first progress with some very early testing visuals. There's a little bit of user interface. You can see placeholder graphics for fences and for huts. And there's some code generating the basic layout of the village. Then the next show you can see that I've changed some of the visuals. I've played a little bit with the user interface, and there is some information actually on the screen now, which it's coming from the backend server. And so it goes, slowly everything develops, there's mouse over actions, there's more information being brought into the game, there's some work on the menu to select games to start and so on. Everything's very primitive at this stage. And then slowly things come together. First the functionality, the tracks of the monsters. Then there are fences that you can construct, fields, all very primitive placeholder graphics at this stage. And then one by one it becomes better. Here you can see that the fences now actually connect to each other in the way that they should, instead of just being all over the place. And then at this stage begin to improve the graphics so that there is a feeling for a game and not a prototype. So some textures for the ground, some trees come in, there's a proper font selected for the user interface, there's a little bit of shading and coloring here and there just to give it a better look. But still a lot of placeholders at this stage. Then I bring placeholder models replacing the simple blocks, so that there's more of a visual information now that you can actually see what kind of house this is. And so it goes step by step, everything improves. There's some experimentation, where to put this, where to put that on the screen, how big or small to make it, which texture to use for the ground, does this work or does that work better. And certainly later on there will be experiments with art styles. For the moment I've settled on this. This is a screenshot from the current prototype. This is actually from build 15. I just uploaded build 16 today, but you can see here that there are animals now moving on the screen. They are actually animated, and there are a lot of visual information put together. The name of the game is on the screen, which is important as well, especially for screenshots that may end up on Facebook and so on. And so comparing this with the very early prototypes, you see how far the game has come, but that even in the very early versions you can spot the main elements of the game already. And this is how the game develops over time, and I'm sure that in a month or two I can look back at this stage as primitive beginnings, and everything will be much more beautiful, much more interactive, dynamic, and so on. Thank you for listening.